title of this poem is called My Everything. When I was lost in the world and couldn't find my way, you whispered in my ear and said, why don't you listen to what I say? And though the enemy kept me from listening to you, your servants never stopped doing what you told them to do. You never once gave up on me, though I was deep in sin. Then you showed me that it's only walking with you that I can win. You asked me, you took me from a place where darkness was all I could tell, and said, take my hand if you don't want your home to be hell. You said, seek me for peace, to you I will bring. Then my eyes open for me to see that you are my everything.
Amen. Come on now, you got to dig a little deeper sometimes and see what God has for me. Because this surface stuff is not going to get it anymore.
Yeah.
But I need to know my purpose.
Yeah.
I need to know why I'm here. God, why am I in your house?
Yeah.
Am I really in here to serve you or just have a gathering?
Yeah.
A lot of us having gatherings.
Yeah.
But Lord, what is my true purpose of being here? Because you saved me for a reason.
Yeah.
And when I looked at Jeremiah, and he said, I have chosen you. Even before you came into this world, I chose you. While you were still in your mama's womb. Even before you even thought about Lance Nation, I already knew you. Because I already knew you. Why? I'm Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm their father, so am I yours. I'm the beginning and the ending. That's why I know all things. I'm everything, Alpha and Omega. I'm all of that and more.
Yes.
But I'm who I am. So when they ask who the I am sent me, that's who I am. On whatever you need me to be when you need me to be it. But he said, Jeremiah, I already knew you. I have already picked you out, ladies. Even before Miss Nation thought about you, I already knew that you were going to come into play, into existence. I already knew. It's already predestined for you to be here. And to go through what you went through, to be where you are now. We have to just sit back sometimes and realize, baby, our lives were predestined. We just had to catch up with time.
Yes.
And work it out and walk it out. But this was already predestined. He know everything. But he said, while you was in your mama's womb, I done already had purpose, promise, and destiny for you. I have already called you not just a man or woman of God. I went a step further. I call you a prophet, a seer, foreknower, forewarner. That's what I call you while you were still in your mama's womb. And I call you for the nation, not just for lonely. Yeah. Come on, y'all, we got to get there. I didn't just call you for the surrounding area.
Yeah.
Marshall, Tyler, and Kilgore, in Dallas and Fort Worth, Louisiana, Bossier City. But I call you for the nation. That covers everywhere. So that means you have no limit, no boundaries. Because I done already opened up that door. You just got to work yourself out. It just have to work itself out. It have to catch up. And the right one got to hear and see you. Get to know. Who?
Yeah.
A prophet is where?
Yes. Yes.
In Longview, Texas. Who would that be? Okay. Have a word for such a time as this?
Yes.
Oh, well. I need to get in touch with them. Because the nation is in trouble.
Amen. That's right. Yes, it is.
This whole country is in trouble.
Yes.
Do we see what's happening right now in the world today?
Yes.
Who thought you would live to see the day. That you taking little babies away from their parents and put them in fences and you just put them out like animals and just, are you serious? And feel like God have nothing to do with that? Baby, what? To offend one of my little ones, it was better for you than to hang your own tail in the church thing. I don't care what side of the border they on, they still mine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to handle you for handling mine wrong. See, people don't get it because they're not biblical. We up here just making up stuff
Yeah.
and trying to be cute, but God going to show us about cuteness after a while. Oh, yes, He is. Yes, He is. Baby, anybody that's not disturbing, you need to check your home.
Yes.
When you can look at that and it don't bother you and disturb you, what's going on in the good USA, baby, you better check yourself and see where you are. Oh my God. Baby, where'd you get that? Oh my God, when I can do that and agree with you, where am I? Where am I? When I can go along with that right there. Baby, when are we going to say enough is enough?
Yes.
When are we going to say enough is enough? But if my people, which was called by my name, I dare you to humble yourself and pray and seek God's face. But then I need you to turn from what you're doing wrong.
Yes.
Mm.
Amen.
Come on now.
Yes.
God uncovering and revealing some of us how our hearts belong.
Yes.
As means that women's are gone.
Yes. Amen.
Oh yeah, He letting us see the real deal, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Amen.
Okay. When I can go along with that, I better check where I am. I better seriously check where I am. And what am I really believing? As pastors call. Yes. But God, we in a day and a time that we need a real God on our side. Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Showing up and having churches usually is out, and we better see God with everything in us.
Amen.
For real. We need a real God. When He told Jeremiah, I made you a prophet for the nation. Because I need somebody to declare my word. That we'll declare it. I'll stand on my word. And let my word be my word. And won't take down from the word. Amen.
Amen.
But we thank God tonight for Jesus. Just being who He is.
Yes.
I mean, no, God is a good God.
Yes. Amen.
A fair and an honest God.
Yes, He is.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. But I thank God for this man of God.
Amen.
Amen. Ain't got no hidden agenda.
Amen.
It's who you are. What you see is what you get.
Amen.
Amen. And I thank God for that. Amen. Because I'll be the first to know. If your hand, your feet is not going in the same direction, I'll be the first to let you know.
Amen.
I'm going to need you to change your act.
Amen.
And ain't nobody ever listening to this. Amen. Come on, y'all. Let's stand at our feet as we honor the man of God. None other than Pastor Tony Lewis, the proud pastor of Do We Get in Faith Ministry here in Long Beach, Texas.
Amen. Give the Lord a round of applause. His word. Thank God for the opportunity once again to be in the house of God.
Amen.
It's been a while since I've been behind the pulpit holding in the ministry.
Amen.
Job chapter 1. Job 1.
Virgin.
King James. Job 1. Look at the book of Job. Look at that first chapter. That's all I'm really looking at. Job 1. Amen.
Amen.
And I want to deal with tonight practicing godly living. That's what I want to look at. practicing godly living. We practice a lot of other things.
Come on now, help us. Help us.
Amen.
Amen.
So practice godly living. Is that all right?
Amen. Amen.
Amen. The Bible says in the book of Job 1, there was a man in the land of Uz. By looking at, studying and looking at a lot of things we read, Job was not a Hebrew. Job was an Arab.
All right.
So some way, somehow, he came into the knowledge of the God that Israel serves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not only did he come into the knowledge of him, but he became a worshiper and a server of this God. And he served him faithfully. Say faithfully.
Faithfully.
Say neighbor,
Neighbor.
are you really
Are you really
faithfully
faithful
unto the Lord?
unto the Lord?
Now that's a good question.
Yes,
Now
it is.
see, the more I look at the Bible, the more I kind of gets into it and read, and I go to parables and stories and read other books of other writers and things of this nature. Every time I read the Bible, I don't know how y'all read the Bible, but every time I read the Bible, I put myself in the Word. Nobody saying it to me.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm saying, God, make it come alive to me.
Yes.
Make it come alive to me.
Yes. Amen.
Make each word, not paragraph, each word come alive. Let it be something that is solid in my life. Let me draw from each word. Let it sink in, each word sink in. Because in reality, one Hebrew word means a lot and says a lot. One Hebrew word. God's word is life. In other words, God said, when I talk, listen. Because what I'm telling you is life. That's why everything in the Bible is important.
Yes.
Everybody say
Yes.
that.
Amen.
There was a man, a particular one person, who was in the Bible, and he was a worshiper of God. But there's one thing I have to text I'm really looking at, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright and one that fears God and eschewed evil. That's the word I'm looking at. Eschewed. Eschewed. He eschewed. In other words, he avoided. He kept away from. That's the word I'm looking at. Evil. Now, it also lets me know this. He was a perfect and upright man. What? And evidently, he must have been a good, loyal worshiper of God in his generation. Because it didn't pull out nobody else but him. Like in the book of Genesis, 6th chapter, when talking about Noah. You read that passage of scripture, it said that Noah had found favor with God. And he was perfect and upright in his generation. In his generation, God could count on him. In his generation, he was a worshiper, just like Enoch walked with God in Genesis the 5th chapter. And Enoch's relationship with God was so great. He was an habitual worshiper. The Bible said that God took him. In other words, Enoch went walking one day and then come back home. Because the Bible said he was not. That was the last time he saw his wife, the last time he saw his children, because God was so overwhelming, God was so pleased with his walk that he kept on walking till he walked on the way to paradise.
Come on. Amen. Yes. Teach us.
How is your walk?
Yes. Amen. That's a question. Yes.
I want to deal with practicing godliness. How's your walk? The word practicing or practice is to do something again and again in order to become better at it.
Help us.
You doing it again and again and again until you become better at it. Like my brother-in-law, martial arts. He practiced over and over and over and over. I don't understand this move, Karate Kid. Why you got me washing windows? Why you got me? Because in all reality, I'm teaching you something. God, why you got me doing this? Why you got me doing that? In reality, I'm teaching you something. The problem is you ain't got no patience because you don't know where you're trying to take you. See, the problem with us is that we want to know where we're going. And God ain't interested in trying to tell you where to go. He don't want you to know where you're trying to go. He's trying to teach you patience. He's trying to teach you endurance. He's trying to teach you how to be able to follow instructions and order without opening up your big old mouth complaining about where you think you're going. And if you knew where you're going, you would run there probably instead of walk.
That's right. Amen.
And hit every trap, every hole, fall down in every, get swung in every sweet talker, every non-profit. Instead of walking and letting him lead you. That's a trap. That's a trap. Don't listen to that.
Amen.
Because they ain't talking about nothing.
Help us.
When you run, you ain't paying attention where you're going. When you walk, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my... Do you know what a lamp shines? A lamp shines right where you at. A light shines before you. A lamp lets you see the right now view. But a light gives you a broader view. Your light, your vehicle got headlights. When you drive, you see everything in front of you. And when it gets too dark, you get your bright lights. That allows you to see everything in front of you. But I got to go back to Ephesians 2. Ephesians 2 and 2, verse 3. I have to go back there because sometimes we forget about where we come from. And the reason why I'm dealing with this now is because I have to put myself in check a lot of times. But I know my wife sure will. She don't mind putting me in check. She always tells me it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And a lot of times, we think we can say things to people. Come on, Phil. Because now we got knowledge. We saved. We this much saved now. We got this much Holy Ghost. Our life is this much clean. Anybody saying that? I'm above dirt that high. That high, I'm above dirt now. You know, and we feel like that we have the right to put people in place, to straighten people out, to say things to people. Anybody saying that to me? I found out this. I'm talking about me. If I ain't talking about you, I'm talking about you. I found out this. That when you raise kids and they grow up, you still in that mold of them being your child. And you raise them. So I can talk to you this way. I can talk to you that way. And my wife will look at me and say, hey, what you say is how you say it. I said, what did I say? What? They grown now. But the question is, how would I talk to somebody else that wasn't my child? How would I approach them? What method would I use? And would I come at them in a way that would turn them off? Or would I really be compassionate? And talk kind of in a loving, compassionate way. And it'll cause them to listen what I have to say. See, how you talk to your child and how you talk to somebody else's child is totally different. You might as well admit it. And that's the reason why you can't reach yours. Or anybody else in here that you become so accustomed to. Because you think you can say whatever you want to say to them. And that's a lie. Even if the pastor preached something, that still don't mean they hear everything I say. But that don't give anybody the right to co-sign off what I just, ain't nobody said it.
Come on, that's right. That's
You
right.
in the house.
Amen.
You in the house.
Huh?
Help us.
Because I found out this. I can say a lot of things to young girls about how they dress, how they walk, how they carry themselves. But if they of age and they can't get it until their parents get it to them, so that lets me know they don't care how they look,
Yeah.
dress, or think. So if they don't,
Why should I?
hmm,
Just my mom.
Yes, sir.
Just my mom.
but I need to remind myself,
Yes.
not Exodus, but Ephesians 2, thank you. 2 and 2. We're looking at the Amplified Classic Version. Because it details things to me. It says, in which at one time I walked habitually.
Yeah.
That means repeatedly.
Uh-huh. Yes.
That means I repeated this. This was something I did over and over again.
Yes, I did.
I were following the course and fashion of this world.
Yes.
I'm talking about me.
Yes.
So if you see yourself in it, you better grab it.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
We're under the swag of the tendency of this present age. I was. I
Yeah.
following the prince of the power of the air. Now you know who he is now.
Uh-huh.
And you ready to fight him, you mad and everything. But hey, one time you were running right out him. One time he was in the seat when you were driving, drinking. He was there when you was in the hotel laying up. He was there when you were cussing folks out, ready to fight. He was there, boosting you on, saying, go, girl, go. And you were just gone on when you couldn't shut your mouth up for nothing. Had to fly his mouth in the club.
Yes.
But now you can't stand it. Now you know who he is. Now you're mad at him. But you was with him.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
I can't understand how somebody could be going out with somebody look like that and the dude you were was uglier than that. Really? Seeing the blind, okay, all right.
Yeah. Amen.
Seeing and Goose Farm wine and Henderson and all right. You were obedient to and under the control of demons.
Yeah.
Did you see what it said? You were obedient, and you was in control. Everything that you thought you wanted to do in your mind, you done. Spirits that will continuously work in the sons of disobedience. They are experiencing the same thing that you was when you was unsaved. So how is it that we think sometimes we are better than them? Come on now. Remember, you just this much above that. The careless, the rebellious, and the unbelieving who are against the purpose of God. Because see, at one time, I was among the club.
Yeah.
I was against the purpose of God too.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I was. Among these we as well, like what Paul said, among these we as well as you once lived and conducted ourselves in the passion of our flesh. Hello?
Yes, you're right.
Remember back in the day time they had a little old slogan said, if it feel good, do it. How many of y'all did what feel good? Come on. And I guarantee you right now, you don't even want to think about it. Because you realize that was stupid, that was dumb. I was out of my mind, out of my head. I could have burned in hell, could have died. Somebody else could have died. Ain't nobody saying we all could have died. And I want to die right now. If somebody bring it up.
You telling the truth.
Our behavior governed by our corrupt and sensual nature, obeying the impulse of the flesh and the thoughts of the mind. Even in that same passage of scripture in Genesis, God was mad and he was displeased and he was hurt concerning about the things that took place among the men and the angels was doing. And the Bible said that he said that it repented him that he made man. Because man thought was evil continuously. Trying to fulfill and please the flesh. Our craving dictated by our sense and our dark imaginations. We were then by nature children of God, wrath and heirs of his indignation, like the rest of mankind. At one point in time, you was an enemy of heaven. You was on the wanted list. Ain't nobody say nothing.
Amen.
On your way to hell. But for some reason, God thought enough and loved me beyond all the foolishness and stupid stuff that I was doing. Because the Bible said God commended his love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ what? Died for us. So he did it for me. He did it for them too. The only problem with them and me is I came into the knowledge and recognized for the preaching of the cross was to them that perish foolishness. But the them which are saved is the power of God. It was the preaching that caused me to change my ways. So if I came into the knowledge by that, then one day they will come into the knowledge of that.
Amen.
But it ain't going to happen if I keep pointing my finger
That's right.
and keep telling them what they're not.
That's right.
That's right.
Because see, baby, brother, sister, them folks really ain't saved.
Yeah, that's right.
Just because you go to church don't mean you saved. Just because you sit in the pew don't mean you've been delivered.
Amen.
Everybody say nothing to me.
Amen. That's right.
Just because that means you testify don't mean you filled with the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Just because you come faithfully don't mean that you have a connection or a relationship with God.
Yeah.
But at least you are in the place where you can get that. Ain't nobody saying that.
Amen. Thank you.
We have to perfect our Christian walk day by day. We have to perfect this walk. That's why I say practice godly. We have to perfect it. That means some things we have to continue to keep on doing. Don't just start doing it today and don't do it tomorrow. Hello. You don't read your Bible today, don't read it no more. You don't pray no more. You don't fast, don't fast no more. You don't talk to God, then just cut him off and don't talk to him for about 5 days. You know about sinning to him. You don't just talk to him when you get in trouble. When you need bills paid, and you need somebody to get off your back. Hello. Folks trying to repost, trying to find you, trying to take things from you, and you need God. Hello. When you sit and the doctor say that uncurable disease, oh Lord, here I am now. God, I need you. But the last time you talked to me was in 19.
All right.
We need to perfect our walk day by day by two things. Two things we need to do to perfect our walk. And one of them is action. Action. And the other one is conversation. These are the main two things in our life that people will take notice of each and every day. Your action is your behavior. Your action is how you carry yourself, how you present yourself to people, your demeanor, your body movement, hello here. All of these are actions. 1 Corinthians 10, 12, and 13, which is the King James Version. 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, 12 and 13. He gives us a wake-up notice, saying, therefore, let him that think he stands take heed, lest he falls. Let him that think he stands. So sometimes a lot of times we think we all right.
Yes.
You say, you Holy Ghost feel, speaking in other tongues. You clean, you feel clean. But he said, take heed. Don't fool yourself. Because you're the one the devil running after. I remember when I was a kid, we had set in our mind, Brother Hunt, we had set in our mind that every tree in my grandmama yard we gonna climb. And we climbed every tree. And there was one tree that its branches started almost when it got up to the roof in here. We had to figure a way out to climb that tree. We tried ropes. Ain't nobody saying nothing to me. And we took a wood and nailed it to the tree and climbed that tree. Ain't nobody saying that to me. The devil is trying to figure out how he can climb you.
Yeah.
And he will use whatever method. It doesn't make a difference what type of method you use as long as you climb it.
Yeah.
We succeed in our purpose. We climb. That was a big old oak tree in that yard. We climbed every tree in that yard, and we felt good. Don't you know the devil feels good when he can overpower you?
Yeah.
Our scripture says, look at here now. Therefore, let him that think he stand take heed lest he fall. And verse 13 says, there has no temptation taking you, but such as is what? Common to man. In other words, this is something that everybody has to deal with. They ain't talking about, see, a lot of times you think about temptation, you think about flesh and sex and people. No, I ain't talking about that. Sometimes you got an issue with your anger. Sometimes you got authority problem. Ain't nobody saying to me. Sometimes you got problems with following instructions. Hello here. Sometimes you just got issues that can be tempting to you, that anything that'll pull you away from your connection and your relationship with God. Satan will tempt you by any means necessary with whatever it is that your connection could be broken.
Yes, that's right. Yes, and
I don't care if it's money, power, position, anger, whatever it is, people.
yes.
He said, but it's common to man. But God is faithful, who will what not suffer you to be tempted what above that. Ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to what? Escape. That ye may be what? Able to bear it. God tests you to promote you. The devil will tempt you to destroy you.
Yes. Amen.
I said, God tests you to promote you. But the devil will tempt you to destroy you. That's why James says in James 1, blessed is the man, blessed, 1 and 12, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life that the Lord has what? Promised to him, to them that love him. I don't know. His temptation may be he got an anger problem. And the devil keep on hitting him with anger, with things, and keep on putting people in his path that making him upset and mad and pulling in front of him, stopping and pulling and stopping and folks that cussing and acting a fool in front of him. He might lose it. He tempted. He might lose his composure.
Right.
Yours might be good.
That's right. That's right.
Or the lack of it.
All right.
Second Corinthians 6 and 3. Second Corinthians 6. As we ever read another scripture.
And 3.
Second Corinthians 6 and 3. And this is just plain amplified.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Amplified classic.
Okay, gotcha.
2 Corinthians 6 and 3, Amplified Classic. And it says, we put no obstructions in anybody's way. We give no offense in anything. In other words, I'm not going to put a stumbling block in my brother's way. We don't do that. That, see, we're Christians. We don't try to make folks fall. We don't try to make folks trip. See, I ain't talking about sticking your leg out. I'm talking about what you say and what you do that becomes a stumbling block. And people don't tell me you this, and I see you at the okay. I remember when I was pastoring Bladewater, and I had a deacon. Guy that was looking at me, didn't want to count the money. And they said that he was at the crack house. I said, what? I saw him at the crack house. This was when she came back and said it. So I didn't know it was true or not. I couldn't just say, drug you to the crack house. But I had to talk to him and hear what he had to say. I asked him a legitimate question. And he told me, yeah. So at least he was honest. Everybody said to me, some of us are lie all the way to the end down the road. It's just like ultimate. And we'll go to the end of the road. And we can't let go. I'm going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you the truth. Let me go on. And I talked with him, I dealt with him. We had a nice conversation. And he said, yeah. And I said, I'm not. But that was the right thing to do. What about this business? Nobody said that to me.
Amen.
What about this business? See, a lot of times folks think because what you and the pastor talk about, that you tell everybody, that's a lie. You have a family, and you have an outer family. Nobody said that to me. Hello? There's some things you can't tell people concerned about other people because they ain't going to know how to. Okay, we didn't talk about this one time before, did we not? I talked about this to my ministers. Hello? Huh? You don't know everything. We don't tell you everything. Ain't that right? Amen. Some things you don't know. Some things you never will know. Hello there. Ain't nobody saying it to me because some things is not for you to know. Hello. Because sometimes when people talk to you, they need to know that this is privacy and it goes no beyond the point as in me and you. Ain't nobody saying it to me. How would you feel if I told folks you like swing around the pole? Thank you very much. All right. Now you see what I'm talking about. Can I make it plain to you? Okay, so that no fault may be found in our ministry, blame and discredit. Sometimes what you do and how you act and what you say affects the ministry
Yes. Yes, amen.
that you have. Not just what you go to,
Yeah.
but that you have. Because see, you have a ministry as well.
Yes.
Ain't nobody saying it to me.
Amen.
Will your ministry be what? A witness to the people, telling people about your story, huh? Healing, hello here, amen, helping hand. But if you are using things as a stumbling block or you are causing people to trip up with what you say and how you live, what you do, then you're going to be discredited and blamed as being nothing. Because I don't care what nobody says. It's a difference between being a saved and not saved. It's a difference between being in church and in the world. It ain't different. If it won't no different, then why am I here?
Yeah.
Tell me, why am I here? Why am I here trying to convince you? Come on here. To walk a certain way, live a certain way. Ain't nobody saying it to me. Because see, well, you go back to Ephesians 6, the Ephesians 2nd chapter again. Hello here. Ain't nobody in here that pure. So I ain't got no business pointing my hands or my finger at Lance. Because Lance got issues. Ain't nobody saying anything.
Come on now.
Huh? When I myself got some hidden agendas that I sure ain't gonna tell you.
All right. You working it out.
And you think I'm just talking? I'm talking now. I got some hidden agendas that I ain't gonna tell you. And you got some too. That you sure hope the Lord don't. Oh, the prophet Lucy getting up. Oh Lord, what she see? What she staring at me too long. And when you in the spirit, you looking everywhere. I ain't looking at just you when I'm in the spirit. But when you get, oh Lord. The Lord said He want to touch somebody right now. Oh God, amen. Ephesians 5:16. Ephesians 5:15 and 16. Now this is just amplified. Ephesians 5:15 and 16. Now I read this, I'm going to stop because my time is gone. And I'll finish the other one next week. Amen. Now we just dealing with concern about our conduct, our action. That's what we're talking about. Amen. Because see, I don't know about you, but every now and then I need to be put in check.
Amen.
About how I handle things and how I handle people. Because sometimes it's not right. I rub folks the wrong way. And it ain't my intention to rub people the wrong way, because when you rub folks the wrong way, then they think everybody where you go the same way.
Yes. Amen. That's right.
You think you hold it in us, and that's what they teach you where you go. That's a lie. We won't teach that here. No. We all are subject to fall. Because the devil throws banana peels every day. What you try to do is dodge a banana peel. Every day you get up, you try to tip past a banana peel. Tip past that banana peel. That you won't slip on one. And when you hit one, you grab on some. Whoa! My foot almost slipped. Thank you, Lord.
Yes. Amen.
And if you did fall, Psalms 37, if you did fall, the step of a good man is ordered by the Lord, and He delights in His ways. And just in case, Psalm 37, 33, 34. And just in case he did fall, he should not utterly be cast down, but the Lord shall uplift him. See, this only means something to you if you fail. The wine says it's good to know that He be there whenever I fall, but it's better to know that I don't have to fall at all. But just in case I did fall, I won't be utterly
All right. Thank you.
cast down, because He's gonna uplift me with His. Oh, you don't hear what I'm talking about. He's gonna uplift me, even if I did fall. He's gonna raise me back. Ephesians 5:15 and 16. Therefore see that ye walk carefully living life with honor, purpose, and courage, shunning those who tolerate and enable evil, shunning people who promote lying, who promote stealing, who promote shacking, who promote homosexuality, who promote adultery, who promote witchcraft, shunning people who promote being disobedient and not following instructions and rules. This says not tolerating, but shunning them. Why? Because if you don't, you will sooner or later start thinking just like them.
Yes. Yes.
The Bible says evil communication corrupt good manners. Not as the unwise, but as wise, sensible, intelligent, discerning people. That's what it's talking about you.
Yes, it is.
It's giving you some credit. It's saying what you are. What people not giving you credit for. And what people not saying that you are. But it's telling you what you are. He saw the best in me when everyone else around me was talking and seeing the worst.
Yes, amen.
Making the very most of your time on earth, recognizing and taking advantage of each opportunity and using it with wisdom and dignity. Because the days are full or filled with evil. Why tell folks? It started at the funeral. I ain't got time. I am too old. I'm getting up in age. I ain't got time to play these games. Got time to fall out, to fight, to scratch, to cuss, to act a fool. Time is short. It says I gotta take opportunity of the time that I have. Because I'm living, oh yes we are.
Yes, yes.
We're living in some evil
Yes.
days.
Yes, amen.
When you can put a doll on Facebook showing how big a male gender is to a child, and then showing a baby coming out of a female a part of her body, ain't nobody saying nothing to me, to a child, amen, that's 5 and 7 and 8 years old, and they pull back to see the baby inside of her and the baby coming out of her. What time are we living in? When our baby was getting pregnant at 11 years old. And let me tell you something about the Jezebel spirit. A Jezebel spirit ain't just on a woman, but a Jezebel spirit is also on a man.
Yes.
And a Jezebel spirit hunts for the top position. And would deny, lie, and blame everybody. You better look way up to the top. And you see Jezebel, ain't nobody saying nothing to me.
Yes.
Nobody saying nothing to me.
Amen.
We are living in evil times. A spirit is a spirit. And we are living in some wicked and evil times. And they ain't got time to play games. Nobody said it. Because eternity is too long
Yes, it is.
and hell is too hot.
Yes, it is.
And I am doing my best. Lord, how or when or where should I go?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Yes.
And stop saying if you find it, and you know he's going to find something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Stop saying that. I don't know why we keep saying, Lord, if you find it, Lord, take it out of me. You know what's in me.
Yes.
Take this out of me.
Take it out.
Because it's in me.
Yes.
If you find anything that shouldn't be, take it out and straight out. I want to sit down. Yes, sit down. It's in there. It's like ragu sauce. It's in there.
Amen.
Well, it's in there. All of it's in there. This is a flesh. This body ain't going nowhere but back to the ground. Everybody say it to me.
Yes.
All is from one place. All is from the dust. And all shall receive, all shall return to the dust again. It is from the dust of the ground. And everything that my body, that my flesh craves for, that I have to fight and deal with because I gave it to it. Ain't nobody said it to me. Now I got to fight to keep it away from me because I don't want it and the devil know it. And you in a battle when you get up every day. You got to walk, watch how you walk, watch how you go, walk how you look at people. Watch. What about to fight, watch, fight, and pray.
Yes.
You sure right. I ain't into that. All day long.
So when I mess up, Lord, I messed up today.
Yes. Yes. Woo.
Help me.
Help me.
I did some things I should have did. I said some things I should have said. I looked at somebody the way I should have looked.
Come on.
Amen.
Sometimes I'm looking cause people want to fight
That's
you.
right. Yes.
Who you looking at? You know, back in the day, I don't know what they call it now, but you murdered me. What the
Eyeball.
Give the Lord a round of applause. Thank you, Lord. We're talking about practicing godly living. And next time we come back together, we'll talk about conversation.
Amen.
Our words, things that we say.
Amen.
Hello. He's talking about, Dave is talking about our actions, our conduct.
Yes.
Be careful with your body language.
Yes. You sure right.
The Bible says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. Do you really know what that means? Do you know what that really means? Don't let your good be evil spoken of. That means that all that you have done that was right in the eyesight of people, that they would look at you and say, you all right. And you turn around and you do something out of character
Yeah. Come on.
that'll cause them to take what you have written on a chalkboard with an eraser and erase all of it off.
Yes. All the more.
Come on. Come on. Yes, sir.
Because you allow your good
Good bit of it.
to be evilly spoken of. So that tells me how much you really cherish this anointing that you have, or that you say you have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that you say you have. I don't know if you got it. I'm just saying what you say you have. I don't know what you say. But if I keep watching you, because the Bible said that a tree is known by the fruit
Come on, guys.
that it.
Yeah.
Check out your fruits tonight. What kind of fruits you got on your tree?
Yes.
And ask yourself this question. Is your fruit so sweet that somebody want to come pick from your tree? Or do you have any fruits at all?
Come on.
Do you have just the church full of leaves?
Yes.
Come on now.
Or have see no fruit?
Help us.
So I have to eat something. I have to take something. I have to put something in me. I can sit from the shade tree and die.
Come
Amen. Truly hope something might be said to encourage you.